Yes, today is about awareness that creates change in our lives. And that's a very interesting subject because the MREA and also the one thing says that breakthrough come um, when you realize something, when you are aware of something, and that's what we are going to chat today. Awareness.
Awareness, we need to be aware of, I think awareness is also a skill that you can you can learn it. Awareness you can learn. However, it is also part of your emotional EQ. What your EQ? Emotional intelligence. There we go. Your emotional intelligence. So depending on your emotional intelligence, we all are at a different level. And this is also how you are aware of people around you, your empathy levels. Do you care? Some people's are higher than others, and it doesn't matter. We are all different. It depends on your environment as well, where you are in. If your environment determines that you don't need a lot of awareness or people skills, your IQ, sorry, not your IQ, your EQ will probably be lower than people that are working with a lot of time.
Just in terms of the awareness, I've got something there. The idea behind the awareness that creates change is the following. Awareness exposes truth. Once you can become aware of something, it actually exposes the truth of the situation. And truth creates clarity. And clarity demands action. And repeated action creates the transformation in your life that you are looking for.
Oh, well, that's beautiful. Awareness exposes truth. Truth creates clarity. It's beautiful. Clarity demands action. Repeated action creates transformation. So once again, you need to take some action. There's always action. I know with social media and with artificial intelligence, there's a CTA, and this is what it stands for: call to action. What is your call to action? So what is the action you're going to take in your business? Awareness is always first. Before discipline and before strategy, before achievement, there must be awareness. By the way, there's also a percentage of people, if you are a high achiever, your awareness is extremely high. And your EQ is also high if you are a high achiever. 12, most people try to change behavior without identifying the real cause behind it. You can't really do that. But the lasting change starts when you notice the pattern, habit, belief, and what is actually a distraction in your world.
To do it, change without awareness is like treating the symptoms and not the cause.
Yes, yes.
And that's the same thing. You have to go to the cause to really change the systems.
Yes, yes. And awareness is the moment the light turns on. It's like, oh, now I see it. Now I am aware.
The aha moment.
So it also depends on your personality. Some people are really just very focused, narrow focused. When they are busy with something, they will walk past people, not necessarily say hello or talk to them, because they are just so focused. It's not that they are necessarily rude. However, the EQ is probably not that high because of the awareness that's not as high at that moment.
Yes.
And sometimes you really just can't talk to somebody because you're busy with something, or you're on a phone call with a client and you need to just focus on that. So, I mean, there's different ways to look at it, but just be aware of all the different things. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and awareness in terms of the one thing, focus becomes powerful when you become aware of what truly deserves your energy, the one thing. Once you can become aware of your weakness or distractions, whatever, and you can identify the source of the core thing, then you can formulate your one thing.
So I've got a question for you. Remember, coaches always have questions. What have you become aware of recently that requires action? What have you become aware of recently that requires action? A thought I'll leave with you. And this question will force the following reflection. Not what do you wish would change, not the wish list. What are you thinking about? However, it is what truth have you now seen clearly enough that you can no longer ignore it? What truth do you see clearly enough that you can no longer ignore it? It's something that you're really going to have to reflect on this and think on these questions So here's some examples. Peter, you want to go through the examples there?
Maybe you can say I've become aware that distraction is stealing my focus. I get so distracted that I unfocus on my work. Or we can say I've become aware of my mornings that determine my whole day. Or we can say that I've become aware that intention does not replace action. You can have the best intentions and no action, then nothing happened. Or you can say I've become aware that fear is delaying my decisions to leading. Or I've become aware that I consume more than I create. Or that I've become aware that I avoid difficult situations or discussions or conversations. Avoidance because I've got the fear in me to be confronted by someone. There's a lot of things that we can become aware of, but that needs you have to look inside yourself and ask yourself truthfully, what is it that I must become aware of?
And sometimes I'm going to bring back the seek first to understand, and especially with your clients, they said something or the way the WhatsApp is projecting itself, you are coming to a conclusion. And please don't do that. Seek first to understand. Sometimes there's something that they're not telling you in between the lines, or sometimes they just wrote a message without meaning something specifically. So don't read a lot, but I would also think about what are they not saying. Because remember, clients are also fearful. And maybe they don't feel that they can trust you deeply enough to not telling you everything about their situation. And a great question in these cases, it can be at a listing conversation that you are not sure about everything, or it can be at a negotiation of a sale, which feels like, yes, I'm just not pushing through to either the buyer or to the seller regarding this offer. Ask them, what are you not telling me that is influencing this, or that can influence this? What are you not telling me? And sometimes they're just like, okay, let me tell you. But you got to ask these things. It really, you need to go deep. Go 3 deep, go 5 deep. It's questions.
Now, the problem with WhatsApp is WhatsApp do not reflect emotions.
Yes.
So you can write one sentence and I didn't mean it bad, and you can read it and you think I'm mad or I'm cross with, because WhatsApp doesn't have emotions in. And that's why don't react too fast before you understand why. First ask questions.
WhatsApp is difficult, even email, and I always try and add emojis to be as friendly as possible, but it's still not always received in that light as you mean it. Sometimes people mean something, but they say something else, or you are hearing something else, maybe.
Because you have a background, and that background will determine how you interpret the sentence of the other person.
All right, what is the challenge? So we do have some homework for you. Call to action, CTA. Remember that. CTA, call to action, another acronym in our television. Right, one awareness and one action. And this is where your reflection becomes the execution. And this is the formula. Awareness will give you action. It will move over into an action step. And here's some examples. Awareness, I waste time reacting to notification. Maybe you're scared to look, oh, goodness, I'm just scared to open my phone now or open the WhatsApp.
Well, the notifications are so many that you don't get to work.
That's also true. It's a complete distraction. That's actually a good point. You little bit over, it's like ping, 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 ping. Hear the ping, 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 ping. Because it is quite irritating, and it is, your brain is going to react to that. And if you are somebody like me, I have FOMO, so I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I really need to switch that off to stay focused. All right.
This week, the psychologist said that if you are busy with a task, concentrating, and you get interrupted, it takes you 23 minutes to get where you were.
Exactly. All right. And the action here is make 10 calls before checking an email. Say to yourself, okay, before I'm going to check this email or this WhatsApp, I'm going to make 10 phone calls. And not just making the phone calls intentionally, obviously, part of your lead generation. Awareness, my energy drops because I don't sleep enough. Action, be in bed by 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. It doesn't matter. There's no judgment around what time you need to go to bed. If you feel you need to get more sleep, then get more sleep. Small awareness plus an immediate action will give you instant momentum. A small awareness and immediate action. And this mirrors the domino effect. Just the one domino. That one domino is this big, the first domino. Just like if you do that first phone call, it's going to then topple your 9 other phone calls.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So one intentional action can trigger massive downstream change. You want